Peter Paul sə-TERR-ə is an American singer, songwriter, bassist and producer best known for being an original member of the rock band Chicago, before launching a successful solo career. As a solo artist, sə-TERR-ə has scored 6 top 40 singles, including 2 that reached #1 on Billboard's Hot 100 chart. Early life, family. sə-TERR-ə was born and raised in the Morgan Park section of Chicago, Illinois, located on the far south side. He was the second of 6 children and is of Polish and Hungarian descent. His father worked as a machinist. sə-TERR-ə's siblings include 2 brothers, Tim sə-TERR-ə and Kenny sə-TERR-ə, who are listed as contributing musicians on some of the recordings he made with Chicago and on some of his solo recordings. His brother-in-law is Paul J. Gempeline. Formal education. sə-TERR-ə attended Mendel Catholic Prep High School, graduating in 1962, and is listed among the notable alumni. Musical beginnings. sə-TERR-ə's interest in music began at 11 years of age when his parents bought him an accordion instead of the guitar he wanted. When he was 15, some older students from his high school took him to a club to see a band called the Rebel Rockers, which led to his purchasing an acoustic guitar at Montgomery Ward. He eventually took up the electric bass, and with some high school friends a drummer, guitarist and saxophone player sə-TERR-ə began playing the local dance circuit, dividing lead vocals with the guitarist. sə-TERR-ə played in several groups in the Chicago area, including a popular local rock band named The Exceptions, which toured the Midwest in the mid-1960s. They never released an LP, but they did release several singles and a 5-song 7-inch EP titled Rock 'n' Roll Mass. sə-TERR-ə is quoted as saying, "By the time I was 18 I was making more money than my dad." Professional music career, tenure in Chicago. In December 1967, sə-TERR-ə arrived early for a show to watch a band called The Big Thing. Impressed by their use of a horn section combined with rock and roll, sə-TERR-ə left The Exceptions to join The Big Thing within 2 weeks. The Big Thing, which soon changed its name to the Chicago Transit Authority, released their self-titled debut album The Chicago Transit Authority on Columbia Records in 1969. sə-TERR-ə sang lead vocal on 3 of the 11 songs on the album, with his tenor voice complementing the baritone voices of the 2 other lead singers in the group, keyboardist Robert Lamb and guitarist Terry Kath. His trademark singing style would develop as a result of having to sing for a period of time with a wide-shut jaw after getting into a brawl at a Los Angeles Dodgers game in 1969. The follow-up album, Chicago, vaulted the band to popular status throughout the world. The song 25 or 6-4 was the first major hit single with sə-TERR-ə singing lead vocals. Chicago is also notable for featuring sə-TERR-ə's first songwriting effort, Where Do We Go From Here? As the 1970s progressed, sə-TERR-ə would become a more prolific songwriter for the group, contributing the hits Wishing You Were Here, and Happy Man from the 1974 album Chicago 7. His biggest singing and songwriting accomplishment with Chicago came in 1976 with their first worldwide #1 single, the ballad If You Leave Me Now. sə-TERR-ə's next composition in 1977, Baby, What a Big Surprise, also became a major hit and cemented the band's status in the late 1970s as a ballad band. He is credited as one of the background vocalists on the single My Life, released in 1978, from the album 52nd Street by Billy Joel. By the end of the 1970s, with the rise of disco music, Chicago's popularity declined, culminating in the release of the band's poorest-selling album Chicago 14 in 1980. Columbia Records subsequently bought out the remainder of Chicago's contract. In 1981, sə-TERR-ə released his first solo album, Peter sə-TERR-ə, on Warner Brothers Records, after personally buying the rights from his previous contract with Columbia Records, who would not release the project. The album was, subsequently, a commercial failure, which sə-TERR-ə attributed to Warner Brothers' refusal to promote him as a solo artist out of fear that he would leave Chicago, who had only recently signed with the label. In 1982, David Foster was brought in as producer and a resulting group effort was Chicago 16. The album represented a major comebacks for Chicago, and leading the way was the hit single co-written and featured sə-TERR-ə on lead vocals, Hard to Say I'm Sorry, which went to #1 in the charts. The song also featured in the movie Summer Lovers starring Daryl Hannah. The second single, Love Me Tomorrow, was also co-written and sung by sə-TERR-ə, reaching number 22 on the singles chart. The third single, What You're Missing, was yet again sung by sə-TERR-ə. In 1983, he took a break from his duties as Chicago frontman to add backing vocals on Paul Anka's final US Top 40 hit Hold Me Till the Morning Comes, which debuted in the summer of that year. When Chicago 17 was released in 1984, it became the veteran band's most successful selling album in their history, eventually going on to sell over 6 million copies in the United States alone. All 4 singles released from the album were sung by sə-TERR-ə, including 3 which he co-wrote, and all of them charted in the top 20, Stay the Night, Hard Habit to Break, You're the Inspiration, and Along Comes a Woman. With the advent of their music video and the growing popularity of MTV, sə-TERR-ə became the face and public leader of the longtime faceless band that was Chicago. Departure from Chicago, with his newfound notoriety and popularity, sə-TERR-ə was interested in recording another solo album. In addition, he had stated his lack of interest for the extensive touring schedule of the band, especially to promote Chicago 17. When the 17 tour concluded in May 1985, Chicago's management, along with several members of the band, had expressed a desire to book another tour for that summer and start working on the group's next album. sə-TERR-ə, however, insisted that they take a break from touring so that he could concentrate on a solo album and spend more time with his family. sə-TERR-ə then proposed a working arrangement similar to the one that Phil Collins and Genesis had at the time, with Collins still being a member and touring with Genesis while also doing some solo work at the same time. Chicago's management and the rest of the group declined the offer, resulting in sə-TERR-ə leaving Chicago around July 1985. Solo career. Almost immediately, sə-TERR-ə continued his streak of success. His first single, Glory of Love, was a US #1 hit in 1986, and achieved similar success throughout the world. It went on to win an ASCAP Award for Most Performed Songs from Motion Pictures and a BMI Film and TV Award for Most Performed Song from a Film. It was also nominated for both an Academy Award and a Golden Globe in the category of Best Original Song, as well as a Grammy Award for Best Pop Vocal Performance by a Male Artist. His album, Solitude Solitaire, released in 1986, was also successful, selling over 1 million copies and producing another #1 hit single, The Next Time I Fall, a duet with Amy Grant, which was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Pop Vocal Performance by a Duo or Group. Solitude Solitaire outsold Chicago 18, the first Chicago album without him. In 1988 he teamed up with producer Patrick Leonard and released his third solo album, One More Story, who contained the #4 hit single One Good Woman, and Save Me, the original opening theme for the television show Baywatch. Leonard co-wrote 8 of 10 songs, including the title song One More Story, and he also played piano and synthesizers on the album. Save Me was co-written with David Foster, who also co-wrote the previous hit Glory of Love. The album also included another duet, Scheherazade, this time with Madonna in cameo as Lulu Smith. They were brought together by Patrick Leonard, who had written and produced several of Madonna's hits. The songs Body Language and You Never Listen to Me both feature David Gilmour of Pink Floyd on guitar. In 1989, sə-TERR-ə recorded another duet, this time with Cher, called After All, which was included on the soundtrack of the movie Chances Are. It reached #6 on the US charts. In 1992, his final album on Warner Bros. Records, World Falling Down, was released. It featured the adult contemporary #1 hit, Restless Heart, as well as 2 other successful singles, Even a Fool Can See, and a duet with Chaka Khan, Feels Like Heaven. In 1995, sə-TERR-ə released his first album for River North Records, One Clear Voice, and featured the hit single, I Wanna Take Forever Tonight, a duet with actress Crystal Bernard. Following the release of the album, sə-TERR-ə launched his first solo tour accompanied by his River North labelmate, country singer Ronna Reeves lasting into 1996. 1997 brought You're the Inspiration, a collection of all his duets from over the years, along with 3 re-recorded songs he had written while a member of Chicago, and 2 brand new recordings. 2001 saw the release of Another Perfect World. In 2002, sə-TERR-ə performed a medley of 4 of his songs at the Concert for World Children's Day, backed by David Foster and an orchestra at Airy Crown Theatre in Chicago. Subsequently, this led to his appearance, in 2003, with the Chicago Pops Orchestra on the PBS music program Soundstage, which was broadcast throughout the United States and released on DVD. From 2003 until summer 2007, sə-TERR-ə performed a very limited number of concerts each year with a 40-piece orchestra, playing rearrangements of songs from throughout his career, including several from his tenure as a member of Chicago. In 2004, sə-TERR-ə released a collection of holiday classics, You Just Gotta Love Christmas, which featured background and duet vocals by his eldest daughter, Claire. sə-TERR-ə has sung Take Me Out to the Ball Game at Wrigley Field for a Chicago Cubs game at least 3 times, in 2003. On August 16, 2007, for a game that was televised on WGN-TV. And again on May 2, 2009 on Comcast Sportsnet. In December 2007, sə-TERR-ə embarked on the You Just Gotta Love Christmas tour of the United States. It marked his return to a traditional rock band show, his first since 1996, featured songs from his 2004 Christmas album and from throughout his career. Shortly after sə-TERR-ə was featured in the cover story of the December 2007 issue of Bass Player magazine, he saw Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas, playing bass guitar on television. sə-TERR-ə sent his compliments, along with an autographed copy of the issue, to Huckabee, who was at that time a presidential hopeful in the 2008 Republican primaries. Huckabee said, I was totally awestruck to get a letter from Peter sə-TERR-ə. Having one of the greatest bass players in my generation give me a compliment is like winning New Hampshire. sə-TERR-ə was mentioned in an advertisement for Heineken beer that first aired in summer 2010. A young man at an assisted living home holds up a copy of the World Falling Down LP cover and asks one of the residents why he likes sə-TERR-ə. The older resident replies that he does not like sə-TERR-ə, but the ladies do, and if you like the ladies, then by default, you like sə-TERR-ə. sə-TERR-ə's song Restless Heart from the World Falling Down album is heard playing in the background. Acting credits: sə-TERR-ə has appeared in 2 movies, Electra Glide in Blue, filmed in 1973, where he played the character of Bob Zemko, and Sidney Sheldon's Memories of Midnight, a 1991 television movie made for the USA Network, where he played the role of Larry Douglas. He appeared in the 2010 Adult Swim program Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Great Job. Personal life: sə-TERR-ə's marriage to his first wife Janice ended in divorce. In 1982, sə-TERR-ə married Diane, with whom he had his first daughter. Claire, born in 1983, graduated from the University of Southern California in 2006 and is currently an artist, actor, singer and producer living in Los Angeles. She was previously a competitive snowboarder. sə-TERR-ə and Ni divorced in 1991. For a period of time, sə-TERR-ə was brother-in-law to bandmate Robert Lamb, who had married Diane's sister, Julie. They have since been divorced. His second daughter, Senna, was born in 1997 by an ex-girlfriend, Blythe Weber, who was a receptionist for his former records label, River North Records Platinum Entertainment. Senna lives in Nashville, where in 2006, she starred in the music video for country singer Josh Turner's song, Would You Go With Me, which was a #1 hit on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. sə-TERR-ə has lived in Sunday Valley, Idaho, since the mid-1980s, where he routinely participates in numerous sports, including basketball, mountain biking, soccer, ice hockey and motorcycling. Discography: 1981 Peter sə-TERR-ə number 143 US, 1986 Solitude Solitaire number 23 US, number 56 UK, 1988 One More Story number 58 US, 1992 World Falling Down number 163 US, 1995 One Clear Voice, 1997 You're the Inspiration, A Collection number 134 US, 2001 a Euro Another Perfect World, 2004 a Euro You Just Gotta Love Christmas, Singles, Featured Singles. Movie Soundtracks, 1982 a Euro Summer Lovers a Euro Hard to Say I'm Sorry, 1983, Two of a Kind Prima Donna, 1986 a Euro The Karate Kid, Part 2 a Euro Glory of Love, 1987 a Euro Princess from the Moon a Euro Stay With Me, 1987 a Euro Three Men and a Baby a Euro Daddy's Girl, 1989 a Euro Chances Are a Euro After All, 1990 a Euro Pretty Woman a Euro No Explanation, Television, 1990 a Euro Baywatch a Euro Opening Credit Save Me, 2010 a Euro Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Great Job. A Euro Green Machine, Music Videos, Notes and References. External links, Peter sə-TERR-ə Official Website, Peter sə-TERR-ə at the Internet Movie Database, Peter sə-TERR-ə PBS Soundstood Show.